Welcome to our POI tutorial on mastering cross points.
Good morning, Flomies. I'm Jesse Hart of Full Circle Phenomenal. Welcome to the Sacred Flow Art channel. Today we're going to be drilling something very important, the cross points. Another way to describe the cross points is a way in which to get the prop from one side of the body smoothly over to the other side of the body. And that's practicing understanding where all of your lines are of crossing. Our bodies are symmetrical down the midline here. So if we were to be able to trace a line all throughout this midline, all the way up overhead and behind us, those are all of our cross points. So we're going to go over some drills today to help you nail them so you're always aware of where your POI are and have them not hit you in the legs, in the chest, or in the face. If we don't know where our body is in relation to the POI, this is when we get mixed up and this is where we make mistakes. Today, you'll need a room with some lines in it, some straight lines, and we just happen to have a completely hardwood floor classroom to teach you in today. We'll also need two objects. Today, I have a 100 colones coin from here in Costa Rica, as well as a piece of rose quartz. Let's get started. All right, we're gonna get a little bit more hands-on today. So I'm gonna show you this drill, having the gimbal and camera in one hand and my POI in the other. So as you can see, I start with my feet hip and shoulder width apart. And to measure that out, you measure out 2 fist distance between your feet. I also happen to be on hardwood floor, and so it's really nice. I put my second toe right on these 2 lines, and that gets it equal to the midpoint or the cross point that we're going to be moving through today. And so right out in front of me, I've set up the coin right there. That'll be my close or near cross point. I set the quartz, rose quartz, a little bit further along, and all of this is still even in alignment with the middle of the window pane, and even almost, not quite accurate, to the planks up overhead. It's going to be slightly to the inside of that middle line right there. And we'll need all of these points. You don't necessarily need 2 objects, but you need a point of focus on the ground. Close, medium, far, and high. Today we're going to be mostly inside, so it doesn't really matter that it's far. But if you're outside, you might look out there, see if you can see a tree or something in the distance, or a particular colored leaf, or something that you can keep your eye fixed on that's straight out in front of you but far away. I'm going to start by focusing on that coin right out in front of me and get my POI spinning, just focusing on one POI at a time here. And then I'm going to see about getting the POI head to go right across that coin. And then I keep it spinning on the other side of my body. And then when I'm ready, I'm going to hit the opposite cross point back. And it's okay if you miss or don't quite get it. Highly recommend that you're not holding something in your opposite hand because this makes it more difficult. And then just keep nailing that cross point. One side to the other side. And keep going back and forth like that till you can hit the cross points, 1 beat on each side. Then we'll move up from the close cross point up to the slightly farther away one. Same drill. Get the POI spinning, hit the cross point moving to one side, hold with it across your body, across your chest, and then hit it coming back till you can go 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Eventually moving this drill all the way to something farther away from you. Let's say I'm hitting the middle of the window frame right there in the middle. Continuing to trace up to overhead. And then slowly back down again. All right, a little bit easier not holding something in my other hand. So still focusing on my rose quartz cross point, drilling in the forwards direction, across the body and back, till I can smoothly do an infinity loop, one beat to one side, one beat to the other side and back, hitting the cross point the majority of the time. You might not hit it every single time. I still don't hit it every single time, but the majority of the time. Close, medium, can go far away, and eventually going up and overhead. And nice and slow back down again.
Here's a quick version in slow motion using the camera as the cross point, and bring particular attention to my wrists, closing to opening.
Both hands, of course. And also in both directions. Now this is where it starts to get tricky for some people. As a child, we tended to develop the motor skill of spinning a stick or an object kind of in a forwards cross point direction just for fun, but rarely do we find a reason to do the reverse one. So get the poi spinning in reverse, and it's like an uppercut. It's like you're uppercutting a boxing move, where your wrist is face up towards you, your hand moves up and across the body, but then the palm turns from face up, holding the poi, to face down. It completes that X shape just the same as before, but instead of going from top to bottom, we're going from bottom to top, just like this. And then get used to it, spinning in reverse with your arm across your chest, the other side of your body, before coming back. And that's kind of like a backhand uppercut, where you use the back of your hand, wrist face down, to wrist face up and open on the other side. Till you can go, same as before, back and forth, hitting that cross point at least 90% of the time, 9 out of 10 times. Moving up, lifting the arm, which makes it a little bit harder, to picking up the arm all the way overhead.
Pay particular attention to my wrist as I spin the poi in the reverse direction, as this is one of the most challenging basic aspects for the beginner and pinnacle for your progress.
Notice how close you can get to the body with the poi without hitting yourself, as well as how far away you can get. And really explore that hull plane that you're in. There's a wall plane here and a wall plane here, and I'm looking down it, hallway or wheel plane, and get those poi flat. If you've got a wall next to you, use the wall. Both hands. Drill this till it's very comfortable, and you can crouch down low or reach up high. Smoothly moving low to high. And don't over-test yourself. If you start to screw up or hit yourself, go back to maybe a 2, 3, 4 and go. 2, 3, 4 and go. We're going to be going over a nice tempo so you can develop an inner rhythm. And we're going to start to master the ability to choreograph or do poi to actual music and dance routines, as this is something that's been really fun for me in my poi career, and I would really love to encourage you to grow that in your poi journey as well. So the key is to be decisive as to what point you're going to move. And if that's a 5, 6, 7, 8, go. 6, 7, 8, go. 6, 7, 8, go. And so on. Whatever feels good to you. Maybe 1, 2, 3 and go. 1, 2, 3 and go. So you're really noting when you're going to move. A big part of when we mess up and hit ourselves is because we're indecisive. You know, like, okay, right now, oh, no, not quite. So be decisive. It might take you a little bit longer at first, but slower is faster, as in the longer you take to build up the muscle memory and the awareness of when you're going to move, the faster you're going to learn because the less mistakes you're going to make. All right? Great. Well done. Thank you for practicing with me today. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a big thumbs up, remark upon your experience in the comment section below, and subscribe as well as hit the notification bell to be updated on 2 new tutorials on varying different props every single week in 4K Ultra HD here on the Sacred Flow Art channel. Be sure to also share this tutorial as well as others on social media. Help us to expand the Flow Arts movement digitally by sharing on Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, whatever works for you. We put a lot of time and energy and study into the making of these videos as well as the studying of these props. So if you have a little bit to pay forward, we really appreciate if you'd head over to patreon.com/Unite the World Firsthand, or to become a one-time donor, head over to fullcirclephenomenal.com/support and help us go the extra mile, quite literally as well as figuratively. We're recording and teaching from all around the world as we drive around the whole world, and I mean every continent, over the next few years on the Unite the World Firsthand Drive Around the World global movement. We appreciate the support we've gotten. The Yoda home is fixed up and we're ready to hit the road again, heading towards Panama and soon South America. So here we are, picking up our second 1983 Toyota. And we had to go a couple hours away to get it, but here it is. All right. Beautiful. Whoever you are, wherever you are, and whatever you're doing, live limitless. See you next time.